follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the rest. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. One, two, three, you put your eyes on me. 4, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the rest. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. 3, you put your eyes on me. 5, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too.
Welcome along, everybody. We're back again for another exciting week of racing here at SLR Season 7. The Tier 4 Gladiators will be out here this evening, and we are going to be into the, obviously, Abu Dhabi, the Middle East, as we go into this part of the world right now. We've left Australia, we packed our bags, we've petted our dingoes and our koalas and stuff, and we've arrived here in the Falcon territory of Abu Dhabi, and we being myself, Biggles, and Mr. Wham Stappen. G'day, g'day.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you come from. It's Abu Dhabi, and we have... This is the last to fourth round remaining of the season.
Is it, I thought, yeah. Let me pull up that calendar real quick, though. I might have to turn my volume down a little bit. Let me know out there. Hey, Meepo. How are you? And anybody else in the chat? G'day, g'day. Here's the calendar that I'm going to show right now. So we are obviously in Abu Dhabi. We have do we have San Marino after this one? I thought.
So next up is Imola, then
yep.
is Portimao, and then is Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, there it is. Okay. So the new tracks essentially are coming up. Well, not so new now, apart from Saudi Arabia. Let's get back down to the track, of course. I just wanted to double confirm the calendar. What are you expecting around here time-wise, mate? I mean, did you obviously tune into the 2S race? It was a bit late safety car. Really threw a spanner in the mix on that one.
I'm not good with numbers, so I don't remember with the qualifying pace and stuff like that. But I do expect the drivers today to be quick, since it's Abu Dhabi. However, we do have the old version of Abu Dhabi. We don't have the newer version, since the game hasn't updated track. So hopefully in the next game we could see the newer version when we have the extended Sector 1 and the curved Sector 3. But other than that, it's gonna be interesting, since there is a championship battle on the line that is very close between Ocean Chief and Eversnacks.
Let me pull that up for you so that everybody can see that currently at the moment for that championship that we wanted to look at. And here it is. You can go over that with everybody there once you get up on your screen there, Whammy.
Yep, so Eversnacks is literally 19 points behind Ocean Chief. So if he's able to pull it off with a couple of wins, maybe today and tomorrow, then Ocean Chief being lower in the standings after the race is going to be super tough. But we know that both gladiators are fighting very hard. And we have Leslie in third position with 64 points behind the first position and 45 points behind Eversnacks. So for now there's a battle for the World Championship and for P3 between Leslie and Snelle. Then we have Max, Doctor, Tild, Radio Sakalaka, Edward, Torskadaro, Boosted, Kebab, Bomon, and Igna. And for the Construction Championship, Alfa Romeo is looking very good in the lead with 364 points, with McLaren 241 right behind them. And then there's the Ferrari with 223, but Max is alone, so it's going to be quite difficult for him to fight for that second constructor spot.
Excellent.
And the Red Bull,
go ahead.
Mercedes, Williams has Aston Martin, Alpine, and AlphaTauri.
Excellent, thank you. So it's going to be very close. Just some good points there for Alfa Romeo's there this evening to wrap up the constructors, but the drivers are still not there. Eversnacks, you know, had a couple of weeks off there with his toe, and I know how that feels, as I'd mentioned there before in the 2S yesterday, and with you a little bit earlier. I had a rock. A rock had an argument with my big toe, and the rock won. Put it that way.
Dwayne Johnson was not impressed with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I wouldn't have a toe if Dwayne Johnson was actually messing around with it. Would have been slammed. Here we go. Well, Eversnacks, mate. Sorry. Yep. Eversnacks gonna. Ooh. looked like he was going to lose it there, but he's got that current one in the bag.
Max in second now, being Ocean Chief, so looking interesting so far in qualifying, but it's only just the beginning of qualifying. As
Yep,
Max loses connection or his game crashed.
Ah, that's what it was. I saw a little bit of a Matrix moment that he was coming out of that final corner. So at least the car might have got the car. Well, he got the car across the line, and that might have been the disconnection. And Snelly says, "Bang! 1 second quicker," as the track will start to evolve. Weather. I wanted some rain. Did you want some rain? But
yeah, I do want some rain.
Unfortunately, there it is. It's going to be sunshine for the race and the qualifying. As I said to you earlier, that I've had 2 races that I've casted in Abu Dhabi with the random weather, and both of those have been some wet. Two wet races, that's it. Nothing ever in Bahrain, believe it or not. Never had a wet race. There's Kitty out there. Bonjour. Go Chief.
Bonjour.
And Herman is out there too, Mr. Tipsy Bob, who really wanted to race today, and of course he got a seat as a reserve driver.
Indeed, as Varius spins out on sector 1 chicane, so he's not going to have a good time at all.
Shakalaka's invalidated, just saying go to a driver's actually on a flying lap, and that will be Rados, as you mentioned, so we'll go on board with him and pull up the time delta hot graphic, courtesy of Team Telemetry, free. Just had a new update as well too, fixing some little bug fixes and things like that, but it works and it's available. Once I get my new graphics card that's held in customs at the moment, they're trying everything they possibly can to shut me down from getting a graphics card that's impossible to get. Once I get that, I'm going to hook up 6 monitors.
6? Are you crazy?
No, I've got old monitors laying around, which will be just fine for all the telemetry graphics and stuff like that. Yeah, not 6 big, large, great monitors. Just, yeah, I just need to create some space on my desk. I need to build a shelf above or something. Put them there. Rados, the Haas driver. 42.8 middle sector. And 40.8 is the quickest, so he's 2 seconds down the middle sector, but this is his first banker lap. They're all on soft tyres at the moment, so there was one person on mediums.
Boosted, so he's going to try to put in a medium time and hope for the best.
He's got testing his French culture class on Friday that he has subject in school. There you go, well, talk to Kitty about that. She'll help you out with your El Fiance. As Rados goes 13 seconds down the road, a little bit slower, of course, but he must have made a little bit of a mistake as the doctor goes up into P6 currently at the moment. Who you want to check out, Boosted? We'll go on board with him as an out lap. You can give us a flying lap around Abu Dhabi, mate, from a driver's perspective.
Kinda, but as soon as we went off radius, he actually did crash.
Oh. Yeah. So cars between... That's another one people have been losing that at turn 3. It's around turn 4, really. It's a little kink you can see on that track map where the white dot is. Just curious if we can see it.
You want to be careful on that chicane, because if you touch the curb, it's easily to be spun out.
That's what it is, yeah. That was in the 2S race yesterday. We had a couple of drivers that actually lost it there as well. So that's a hot spot to get your tickets in Abu Dhabi. Go sit down there. I'm sure you'll be catching some action. I'm on board with Boosted right now. Hot lap there from Wemstappen.
Yeah, you want to be careful on the sector 1, not hit the apex too much. You're going to be slowed down. Now onto this chicane, like I said, you don't want to touch the curb or you will spin out. So you want to stay like in between, in the middle of the track, and then just be safe. Then in the 3rd turn and 4th turn, like I said, old version of Abu Dhabi is not the new ones. Then you want to be careful on turn 5, and then you go on the long straight with the DRS activated. And go just full power down the main big straight. Then when you hit the 100 braking board, you want to brake and just be careful not to touch any of the curbs on the inside, because they will lose you time. And then another DRS zone, which is the 2nd one. Go just pedal to the metal onto the other straight. And be careful over here, because you can easily invalidate and easily touch the inside curbs. Nicely does it, Boosted, not making any mistakes on the medium tyres. And you want to be very careful in here. Send you to brake very hard and not to spin like
Oh.
he just did.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he was coming up to just around a couple more corners. We just lost the Williams driver as well, of the Doctor. So this sector 3 here is catching these drivers off as he goes underneath the hotel that I've been staying at since yesterday. And there's a tyre on the track there. That's from that crash before. That tyre needs to retire. How many times I've said that one? Let us know if the audio levels are good out there, please, guys. Just want to make sure that that's all you can hear us. I don't have the Tipsy Bob voice, but I'll try my best. Oh, he's crashed out completely boosted. He's completely crashed out. And that was out of turn 1.
The curbs are catching the drivers tonight. They need to be super careful during the race. So far we have 4 drivers that are out from qualifying. So I wonder what the plan is going to be for the race.
What is going on at the moment? Somebody has spilt something on the track around that Sector 3 and Sector 1. We've lost a lot of victims here. They were gladiators. They were gladiators. Now they're victims. The Doctor boosted Rados and Bamun, I think. Or Bamon. I don't think he even had set a time yet, so he was terminally damaged. Yes, I'm not quite sure. I'm seeing 3 terminally damaged on the telemetry software, that's all. Snelly's gone even quicker at the moment, so let's have a look at that Alfa Romeo. Yeah, this is on. I've got the replay of boosted incident, so I'll show that in a second. But actually, we'll go back to Leslie real quick, because he's just up the road there, ahead of Snelly, and he's set the fastest middle sector. So there's going to be a little bit of a battle between these 2 gladiators at the moment. 6 minutes and change to go on who wants to get that provisional pole. Going to be one of them. I don't see anybody else lighting up the timing boards just yet, but you can be surprised. It happened in the 2S yesterday that I had a driver that qualified in P1 and didn't set a single purple. So Leslie goes across the line. We go. Not
very close.
Close, but not close enough. Yeah, I think that at the moment Snelly might be able to improve a little bit. They're really close together. You can see he got the first purple. Second purple went to Leslie. It's going to come down to that 3rd sector right now, this one. There it is. He shaved about almost half a second off his lap there. So that's pretty good. Pretty impressive time for the Dutchman. That's kind of that first round of qualifying going. So other people now are just getting back out there to cool down laps. Or not. So Ed's coming out of the pit lane, and that's the one that Tipsy Bob was talking about yesterday. Tricky, isn't it? Underneath the track. It's really weird, isn't it? You go under that tunnel, come back out on the opposite side, and you rejoin the track on the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side, which you could if you made it go all the way around. I don't know. Just how they decided to do things in Abu Dhabi. He's on an out lap. Yeah.
During the night time when it's in Abu Dhabi, like the underpart passage from the pit lane looks actually mint in the lights.
Yeah, a Australian photographer called Kim, who I follow on YouTube. He's one of his favorite photos, and actually I think it's one of his best photos, is he actually gets the drivers coming out of the tunnel in Monaco. And right at the point where they just hit the light, it's fantastic because it's like it looks dark completely behind him, and then you just got this car breaking into the light. He's like, fantastic spot to get it. He was also very scared too. He was saying, in what's the slow corner in Monaco, the last one?
Oh yeah.
He's like, gets right up. He gets underneath where he takes photos. You got the Armco barrier, right? But there's gaps in the Armco barrier. You see the gaps. That's where he sticks his lens through there to get the photos. Because he explains you get it low down to the track, and it makes the car look a lot better, you know, because you don't see as much of the track itself. And he was like, the marshals was like, I would. He was so close to it. It's ridiculously close. It's like you're gonna probably put your arm across the fence there and get whacked by a car. And the marshals say, you should move away, my friend, because they had one of the earlier races in one of the other Formula categories that somebody hit that, and it pushed and it knocked the photographer back like 10 meters.
Jeez.
He was in hospital. So, yeah. And invalidation probably, unfortunately, from Ed. So he's yet to set a time. 3 minutes to go. He's running out of time.
He is indeed. He needs to step up. He only has 4 minutes remaining of the session.
We'll keep an eye on Eversnacks on the outlap. And you see most of those drivers at the moment are on outlaps because they want to be last across the line. And it will be Eversnacks coming up soon. You see the track map. It's quite quiet considering, well, we had 4 drivers not competing the rest of this qualifying. So, still, Ocean Chief, Snelly and Leslie are in the pits. So they're going to have to look at coming out soon, wouldn't they? Because you've got to get around this track, which is 135 on a flyer. Anyway, Eversnacks is getting it ready to go, mate. On board with him and give us another hot lap, please.
Well done, indeed. He's on the finish line, starting line, straight. He's going to nail the first corner. He nails it actually perfectly. Touching a bit of that curb, but not fully, so he doesn't get him to spin out. Going close to that curb on the chicane. Now he's going to break after the 100 board, carefully taking those 2 turns, and now braking a bit early, but he nails it. And now onto the first long straight. The LS activated and just pedal to the metal at this point.
It's a fastest first sector too, as you can see on the screen there. 17.2, the last quickest one before was from Snelly, and that was so he shaved 1/10 off. Keep an eye on that hot lap graphic. It will tell you once you go through the sector if they're going to be up or down. He's looking quite strong right now on this back straight.
Yep, second long straight, the LS activated. Go max speed, taking the curb.
Yes, 4 attempts quicker.
Oh.
He's 4 attempts quicker. He just saw it pop up there, but he's made a little bit of an error, as you said, but still, he probably got enough in the bag here.
Would have been enough though, because that curb did made him go sliding a bit. But he nails those turn, which is the most difficult turn of the track. And now nails these ones, going a bit wide, which is what you want to do. Nice hitting the apex, and now onto the final turn. He's inside curb and then goes to the outside. And he does improve against the P2.
It did cost him some time right there, you can see. He improved by 1/10, but that was that third... the third sector he lost about 3/10 in that third sector. You're right. So imagine how almighty that lap would have been. It would have been 35 4s, 35 3s even. And he knows it, but he's got no more time to get another lap in. We do have Snelly and Leslie out there. We're going to keep an eye on Leslie. Leslie had last minute charge run, didn't he, for the championship because he started later. And unfortunately didn't have a very good race last week. And that has probably thrown him out of the championship contending now at least for the top spot, because that's a lot of points to make up, isn't it, mate? And 3 races where you'd need your other 2 opponents ahead of you to not basically get any points.
Indeed. Snelly's done his time as well, so both the drivers are looking to compete for that pole position. As I'm watching Snelly right now.
Oh, Snelly's coming back in. He's on a cooldown lap.
Snelly did slow down, so I don't think he's going to improve.
He can't, no. His sector time he's at a 45.8 middle. And that he needs to be doing a 40.5. I'm on board with Leslie. So Leslie's first sector was a little bit down on Snelly. Snelly's got a 17.378, 17.445 from Leslie. So Leslie's just a little bit off. Almost a 10th off.
Oh, went a bit wide there. It's going to cost him some time. Gets that DRS activated. He's going to put up to the middle on the second long straight.
Yeah, you break, what, about 50 there? Yep, looks like it.
Yeah.
This is a little tricky hairpin. You can actually invalidate your corner pretty easy.
He actually nailed that.
He nailed it, all right. Yeah, mate. Didn't go too wide even like that.
Oh,
he spoke too soon. There it is. That was all on Whammy, mate. Leslie, all blame him.
Oh, and again. Oh.
Well, Stelly now has got it covered off, I think. He can probably back off and not have to burn these tyres, because there's nobody that I'm seeing out there currently at the moment that can do anything about it. But Eversnacks is out. Everstax is disqualified. Parking too long. Oh, no. That's disqualifying over.
No.
He's going to have to
That
start.
means
Oh, yeah.
At the back?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're not at the very back because we had 1, 2, 3, 4 retirements before, but he's going to be. Wow. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, in this game, if you actually get disqualified, you will start the back no matter how many retirements there are.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, a terminally damaged car is less punished than actually disqualification. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a,
So
this is.
whatever happened just ruined, potentially ruined Eversnack's chances on the championship battle.
Exactly. Wow. What a last minute bit of excitement to say. But then there's also the medium tyres, mate, if you want to read through those.
Yeah, Sanaki gets the pole position with 135.5. We have Leslie. Then we have Ocean Chief on medium tyres. Then it's Max on softs. Tipsy Dara on mediums. Dr. Shakalaka on soft. Boosted on mediums and Radius on softs. And the outside of the top 10 can literally pick whatever tyre they want. So it's going to be a mix during the race.
Yeah, what would you start on if you were the likes of Rados, Ed, Bowman, and Eversnacks?
So if I go back 1 year ago, I started, I believe it was on mediums and I won the race. Just by tiny luck. Because I literally got, like, I think it was like 3 laps remaining of Abu Dhabi and I got a 3-second time penalty, so I had to fight so hard to get P1. But yeah, mediums could be an advantage on this track. But soft tires are also quick. So it's about the pit strategies that people need to make today.
I think so. I think you're absolutely right on that one. And because there's not a massively full grid, I think the chances of safety cars will be a lot less. This is not. This is a track that doesn't generally get a lot of safety cars. Even when there's a lot of accidents and carbon fiber and stuff like that. And when you reduce the amount of cars that are on the track, then you're also going to reduce the chance of safety cars. So that might not affect the drivers late into the race if, like what happened with 2S, if there's penalties that apply. That's what really going to come back and bite you. As you said, you had to work to get a 3-second gap. Luckily, you had enough time. If you had a late safety car, you would have been probably not seeing the checkered flag first.
That is true. But yeah, for only 13 drivers, so like you said, less chance of having too many safety cars. And plus, from yesterday's 2S race, I've seen some crashes that were meant to be safety cars, but they weren't. So I would believe the safety cars have been actually worked on and patched. So it could be because the other leagues were complaining about it, that there's too many.
And there's your weather forecast once again, mate. There's your weather forecast, proudly sponsored by global warming. If you need it to be hot, hot, and hot, you get global warming every time. There it is. Sorry. No sunshine, actually. It'll be artificially sunshine. Well, still, there's the sun setting here. Actually, sorry, the other way around. The Earth rotating away from the sun. Here in Abu Dhabi. Let's get it correct, of course, because the sun's not moving away from us.
I mean, tracks like Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia, you will expect like very less chance of rain, since they are very warm countries.
The track does decrease in temperature as it gets cooler. The forecast that I see will drop about 1 or so degree, not a lot, nothing massively significant to affect these drivers. There's your tyres, and as you can see, it's a massive mix. I'd have to say half the field are on mediums, half the field are on softs. The Snacks has a bit of work to do, certainly if he's battling the championship, second in the championship, if I'm not mistaken. Quick. There for a second. Yes, he is. Just to double confirm it. Ocean Chief, third on the grid with his teammate Leslie. Once again, become that Mercedes sandwich, isn't he? In the back, well, the meat in the Alfa Romeo sandwich. As we know how well Snelly and Ocean Chief work together, and we also had confirmation in the interview last week that, well, Snelly's going to do everything in his power to make sure his teammate Ocean Chief wins the championship.
Indeed, that's what he said. I think he cares about having at least one win, but he wants his teammate to win the championship more than himself. He cares about his teammate a lot more. Anyways,
Yep.
the
We get
cars
ready.
are on the grid, and we're about to begin racing.
Yep. you know-
Motor racing, like Mikey says.
Go ahead, mate.
So here we go. 4 lights, 5 lights in Abu Dhabi, and away we go. Cannot see who got a greater start, but there we go. And Snelly gets his better start, but Leslie's way much faster, using a bit of energy, and Max is on the inside of Snelly, and Snelly goes wide. That is not an illegal overtake since he kept that position, so Snelly remains in second, Max in third. Ocean Chief loses out on 1 position, so for now, Leslie and Max gain 1 position, and then Ocean Chief loses 1. Tipsy stays in 5th, Sakaka gains 2 positions, Doctor stays, Darrow loses 2, Radius gains 1, Bustic loses 1, Beaumont Eversax gains 1 position, and Roy loses 2.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Edwards, he has to be working with his teammate here this evening as well. 12 Eversnacks to try, because obviously got the other team up ahead of his teammate of Ocean Chief, but Ocean Chief dropping that 1 place back to P4 currently at the moment. It looks like there might have been an overtake in the background there of Bowman. Just got passing. Actually, look behind him. There's Boosted, and there's Eversnacks. So Eversnacks is trying to make his run back through the field after being disqualified during his great qualifying performance. He's got a lot of work to do up ahead too. You can also see Williams of Rados, I think, getting past Darrow, but we'll see at the moment if Eversnacks can try to do something about this. We might have to go up to Snelly Hankey soon, as he's getting pretty close on the back there. Leslie, who had a fantastic start, got past both of them. Dr. Uther on the back of Shaka. This is for P6 and P7. So pretty clean race start, I'd have to say. There, Wham.
Yeah, it's been clean. Unfortunately, Senna had to go wide to avoid contact with Max, but he maintained that top 2 position. And now Doctor's looking to make a move on the inside of Shakalaka. He doesn't want to risk it. He's only lap 2.
Long race.
Off.
Exactly. Long race in a tight championship battle. So you don't want to be seeing the fence too early. You want to be seeing
Valiant
that.
goes a bit wide, Valiant spins out and then he crashes. And he's out.
Got just the end of that. Just caught the end of it. I was on board with the other driver. That will slow him down for a virtual. I've already passed the scene of the accident.
All the drivers have passed this, so I don't think it will be a virtual or a normal safety car.
No, there's not. Yeah, they should be able to get that accident cleared up pretty quickly. Dario's putting pressure right now down Shaka. No DRS is enabled just yet. Look at that. He's also got his teammate behind. They are on different tyres, and I'm going to show those tyres again now. And look at that, mate. You can actually see the top 3 have really made those soft tyres work. Clearly faster tyre around here at this point. And Dario has to do something about getting past Shaka, otherwise his teammate Bowman's a bit quicker, it appears, on the softs, but tucked up behind his teammate. And you've got to get on with it because your Eversnacks is looming in the background too.
At this early stage, soft tyres are going to be way much faster than mediums, but then later on, it's going to be the mediums that will be faster. Eversack needs to move Bob on. Now he's in P8. Eversack is like, he's fuming, I would assume, getting out this qualification, because he's literally fighting very hard.
Ooh.
Doctor gets DNF.
Well, Doctor's lost it. You can see on the track map out of that corner that we've seen a few people have a few moments today. We saw one obviously during qualifying. DRS is enabled. They're going to clean that accident up pretty quickly. This is that little pack that start to break away, and I think Eversnack knows that, because you see a 4-second gap there between Shaka and Tipsy Bob, and this DRS train occurring right now. Will be. DRS is activated. We're on board with Eversnacks.
Yep, Eversnack's going to try to make a move, but they will have a DRS right behind Shakalaka. So let's see what will happen now.
Yeah, in the Twitch chat, it's not the new version of the track, it's the old one. Here we go. So Dario and Shaka, he's been wanting to do this for some time now.
Eversnack breaks a bit late, trying to make a move on Shakalaka, but he doesn't, and he touches the inside curve, which is a bit high up.
And Bowman's got him back.
On the advantage on the inside, not on the outside. I do apologise. And Eversnack is defending quite hard, and he defends it quite well, and he remains in P8.
Yeah, very unfortunate. It can be costing you too much time right now when you're trying to get your way back up into the field, because once again, they're dropping back a little bit. They're about 10 seconds and change from Leslie leading this race. Leslie leading Snelly. Max in that P3 just a little bit down the road. Got Ocean Chief for company with him. Tipsy Bob, a reserve driver, coming in comfortably in P5. And then he's got a bit of a gap there back to Dario, and that's behind Dario is where you're seeing this action currently on lap 4 of 28. I think Snelly might be turning it up a little bit too, mate. He's just lit up the second sector. The Ocean Chief's putting pressure. We're going to go up to that battle. Currently at the moment, Ocean Chief and Max splits because they got a Ferrari separating in between their Ferrari-powered cars.
Just made a move on the Shakalak on the outside of turn 1. I would say it's a bit too early because Shakalak is now going to have that DRS behind Eversnags and he's on soft tyres.
We'll see. This booster looks like he gets an overtake, but I want to keep an eye on this. Ocean Chief now making a run on Max with that DRS activation. This should be pretty easy, right?
Yep. Easy does it on the outside. Has the speed, has the DRS. But now will Max come back? And he's going to have that DRS behind Ocean Chief. Gets activated using the energy. The Ocean Chief is using energy as well. Looking to get a move on the inside, but he doesn't want to risk it.
Yeah,
but he's still pushing it on turns, and he does lose a bit of control of his Ferrari vehicle.
We know how Ocean Chief is a very good defender. He's never going to make it as easy as possible to get past. Snelly's still hanging in behind Leslie. It doesn't seem to be... He was getting very close, and then just backing off a little bit. I think I love that helmet there that Max Bliss has as well on the camera ring I'm looking at. It's pretty cool. Like a galaxy.
Bowman has received a 10-second time penalty for cutting corners.
Ouch. That's a big corner cut there too. Must have gone really wide. Tipsy Bob, bit of pressure on Max now. You think Max might have cooked his tyres? It's only 4 laps. Okay, I'll have to go to the tyre information for Max there now and have a look. Because he's dropping, just dropped a place. And there, yep, there you go. So about 30% front right. That's okay. That's manageable.
Manageable, but this is the stage where the soft tyres will be warming off and the medium tyres will come in handy right now.
There's Tipsy Bob,
then faster now.
The Irishman there with his Irish helmet. Sorry, cut you off there. We'll be having a local yellow. Somebody.
Retired and put his bomb on. Tipsy with the DRS looking to make a move on Max on the inside. Gets the move done. As Max is trying to get that position back. Gets the DRS activated, but he doesn't have enough energy. So
I have to get to the front here. I think Snelly's starting to put a bit of pressure. He still didn't. Backed off again. Not wanting to get past Leslie just yet.
Yeah, the drivers in Tier 4 today doesn't want to risk the chances tonight, as they don't want to get a DNF at all.
27% for Snelly's tyres. So 28%. He's managing them quite well, considering he's in the dirty air there of Leslie. Let's have a look at Leslie's tyres actually while we speak of it. Same thing. So there, even Stevens. Going to be that pit stop as you mentioned, wasn't it, mate? But how you got to stretch it out as long as you can to perhaps go to those mediums, or I don't know. A lot of these drivers don't like hard tyres.
One stop is possible, but it's risky. So I would just stay safe and do a 2-stop strategy. So I would say just go soft, medium, soft. There's a yellow flag and Edward is out in sector 1, and it's a safety car.
Wow, it's a safety car. Yeah, for Edward. So the McLaren's, the Eversnack's going to have to do all the work today. He's not going to have his teammate to be able to help him. So this is going to be a free pit stop, essentially, I'd have to say, for almost everybody, right? Why would your chance of getting a safety car right now with only 9 people left, another safety car would be limited, so there's a good chance for a free pit stop. 20 seconds, I believe the pit stop is around here. It reminds me I have to keep updating the telemetry software. It still says 29.
Yeah, but 30% of the tyre wear would recommend the drivers playing in now for a new set of tyres. The people that are on mediums could pay on mediums again, but they'll have to pay in again for softs, since you cannot compete the race on the same tyre compound that you started with.
You could if you just get a bit of paint out there and paint over them. Pretend that, you know, paint over the white ones with a red stripe. Yep. Then you get up the hard tyres, obviously.
Everyone will be questioning why is the why is the soft tyre so slow?
Yeah. Yeah, Leslie's coming in. Here we go.
He's coming in as well. Oh, so I made a mistake. I went on neutral gearing for some reason.
Interesting. Will Chief go in? Because they would double stack? No, Chief stays out.
And Tipsy Bob stays out as well.
Remember, they are the double stack kings. So if they could pull it off, they could have probably pulled it off, but obviously he wants to just make these, get the track position, obviously for the Chief. Eversnack's now up into P3, so that safety car's really come into his play, isn't it, considering he started in 13th. I think he'd be getting a bit of a smile on his face after a frustrating qualifying.
Yeah, all the soft runners went in to go for mediums, as the medium runners have stayed out.
And they would be bunched up, so provisionally, Leslie will be leading the race from Snelly and Max and Shaka. Shaka's still in the pit lane. He's just come out. He'll catch him. And then those top 5 drivers that you see on your screen currently at the moment will have to pit again, and that's a 20-second pit stop. So they've got a bit of work to do.
9 drivers remaining, so everyone will be getting points in this race.
Which is crucial right now in the championship.
That is.
Which I'll show up again in the standings, and here it is.
9 drivers. That is just insane.
So Eversnacks and Ocean Chief and Leslie are all still in this race for Snelly Hankey as well. Max split. Oof is out. Rados is out. Ed's out. So they won't be getting any points today in the championship. That's going to hurt the McLaren team. I think pretty much at the moment, get both those Alfa Romeos home and they will wrap up this Constructors' Championship. Max has just got to bring it all himself there for the Ferrari team to try to remain in that P3 in the Constructors. Because Tilte's not here this evening, I don't think, so let's go back and have a look at the... Yeah, they're not. There's no Red Bulls on the grid. At all. No Williams, because the doctor's out. No Haas, because Rados is out. Bombham.
Yep.
Is a teammate, obviously, of Dario, so... Yeah. But good for the Mercs. And good for the Alfa Romeos. There's that lovely green safety car. I'm taking that one home with me.
I mean, it could be worse since in a different league, only 3 drivers finished, if I'm not mistaken, in Monaco.
Probably. It's Monaco. It's one of those...
Wet conditions as well.
Oh.
Only 3 drivers.
I'm not so... Yeah. I mean, that's just survival of the fittest, isn't it?
Yeah, during that time I had to manage the league and I wrote in the chat, in the admin chat, 3 drivers only finished. This is insane. So they told me to just add 2 more, so only top 5 got the points.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm going to get a drink real quick while these drivers down the back straight. We can also talk about, you guys out there in the chat, we can talk about the new livery that was from Red Bull today.
Max, super, Max, super, Max. Safety car should be in this lap, if I'm not mistaken, since all the drivers are bunched up behind it. So, we should be seeing green very soon. Yep. Safety car has green. Oh.
Back.
There we go.
Sorry, yep. Well, the new car launch.
Car in this lap.
Yeah, it should be now for sure. Tyre wear, currently at the moment there from Tipsy Bob. You're looking at about 25% on those mediums. What about the Chief? Pretty much the same situation. It is guesstimated. How about Eversnacks? 20% for Eversnacks. So maybe the guesstimation in the software might not be as correct We'll go about Dario. 25%. So Eversnacks is really taking care of those tires, mate.
Yeah, he might have good tire pressure on this car setup. Which is why he's not using much tire wear. So he actually thought hard what to do for his setup for today's race.
Yeah, that could come back and play in his favor a lot better, because if he can go a few more laps deeper into this race, as we're going to go green flag racing, and Ocean Chief is practically all the way up the road at the moment. No, almost a second or so after the restart. Everybody's caught sleeping, but here we go.
Down spins out on the straight, which made him lose his position to boosted mess. But other than that, everyone made a great restart.
They have. I'd be expecting to see Mr. Leslie get some punchiness soon. He's got those better tyres. Slightly. We'll keep an eye on that Mercedes driver. And here you can see he's starting to get on the back there of Dario's gearbox. And look at the speed difference he's got. Let's have a look. Not a lot of corners, obviously, in this first part of the track, the first and second sector. It's the third one where you go see the difference in the tyres as they go down that long back straight. No DRS is enabled just yet. Max splits, punchy on the back there of Snelly.
Yeah, Leslie is way faster than that, but Dario's using his energy to maintain his position. So maybe we could see a move.
What happened there? Sorry, it must have just been me. Snelly goes straight past Max Splits. Max Splits just dropped back, if I'm not mistaken. No, that was probably what it was before. Snelly's putting a lot of pressure there on the back of Leslie, but the problem is he's got another car ahead of Dario. So it's going to be pretty hard to do a 2-for-1 overtake. We know that the Testosterone has done it before. He's pulled these miracles off. And at the moment, he's in here to try to help his teammate of Ocean Chief out. Look at Dario going defensive here. Leslie's going to have to go around the outside, but that'll, of course, come back into the racing line. This is going to be really spicy, mate, and that DRS gets opened up on lap 10 of 28. We're 1/3 of the way through the race.
Yep, DRS is going to be activated next lap after the safety car, so hopefully we're going to see some spicy moves on lap 11. But Eversnack is catching up to Tipsy Bob, and he's actually right on his gearbox, so he could make a move on the first long straight as he nails that turn 9.
Yeah, could that be because Eversnack's tyres were a little bit better? Remember that I mentioned there? Probably about 5 or so % better. Tipsy Bob's tyres at the moment about 28%. I think Leslie got an overtake done. He did on Dario. But I just want to keep an eye on this battle at the moment. And Max Splits and Snelly. So yeah, I'm going to have to go back to that because there's also another action. No, I'm going to go back to that. I'm changing a little around, so I'm going back to Eversnacks. You guys can see with the movements that are occurring on the screen. We only have 9 drivers and then making all our overtakes at the same time when I can only have one camera angle.
He's dropping down for some reason. I don't know why.
I'll go back to him real quick actually and see if he's got any damage. No damage. All green front wing. It's got Shaka there up the road. Then Max Splits are putting a bit of pressure there on Dario. Ooh, Snelly can make an overtake there. DRS is enabled now. When will he get the activation point, mate? Will he get around here somewhere? We'll both go wide.
Oh, Ocean Chief spins out.
Wow.
Ooh,
The race leader, the championship leader, has had a spin. And that's got to be in his own accord, I'd have to say as well, too, because they weren't close enough. Wow, look at that. Now he's dropped back down. He's got Shaka there and his teammate. So it's first to almost last, but managed to get back on the track. Wow, now things have all changed up. Eversnack is going to have a big smile on his face, and he's about to bring it to Tipsy Bob, too.
Yep, he just made a move on Tipsy Bob, which is now in first position. Last to first. This is working out very well for Eversnack. He will be very happy. He'll be able to maintain this position till the very end. Ahead on 10 laps mediums.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's going to happen there with Snelly and Ocean Chief? As you can see, they both got the DRS there on Shaka. Are they both going to try to get it on Shaka into this corner? No. I think Snelly's let Ocean Chief through. Spiced it up, hasn't it? That safety car bunched him up.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Ocean Chief's had a bit of that moment. He's not going to be a happy camper. He's got a bit of work to do. Well, it's not over, of course. We're 11 to 28. We've seen Eversnacks crawl his way up from last place up to first place, and we know it's very much possible, especially when there's only 9 drivers in here, and currently at the moment, Snell Hankey, that's in P9, is only 6.4 seconds away from the race leader. And you got to remember, too, those Eversnacks, Tipsy, Boosted, and Dario, and Ocean Chief all have to box, mate. So these other guys have, like Leslie and Max, you know, they're still looking good as well as Snelly here. Interesting stuff, guys. It's all going around the place, but nothing is definitely determined yet. As we've still got another round of pit stops, perhaps. We have definitely a round of pit stops for some of those drivers, but they can make them go to the end. As Leslie's trying to get past Boosted right now.
Nice move by Leslie on the inside of Boosted, gets himself to P3, but we're Boosted now. Fight back, as he's now going to have the DRS on Leslie. He's going to have the DRS on Tipsy Bob. He won't be able to regain that position because of the slipstream and the DRS that Leslie has.
Yeah, boosted tyres are about 35% as well. Ocean Chief getting past Shaka in the background. I want to keep an eye on this battle. That's occurring because Max Splits might be thinking about getting past Boosted soon too on those tyres. Ferrari driver.
Boosted made a mistake, going a bit wide. Max trying to make a move on the outside. But Boosted has defended and blocked him being overtaken.
Yeah, welcome along everybody to SLR Tier 4. Tier 3, 2 and 1 are all up this week. Same track, of course, they'll all be here at Abu Dhabi. SLR isn't going to pay for multiple flights around the world. This is one big plane, bring all the drivers in, all the cars. Oh, we just swap the cars out, of course, we just swap the drivers out. Still driving the same machines. So, well, if you're in McLaren team for the next race, you want to make sure Eversnacks doesn't bring it into a wall. Already got one of those McLarens that's going to need a bit of fixing.
Made a good exit on that turn, making a move on the inside of Boosted that gets it done, and now it's in P4. So it's looking very good for Leslie and Max with those 5 lappers mediums.
Yeah, about 14%. So they're pretty fresh. Come on, Chief. This is the call out there. In the Twitch world, welcome. YouTube world, my apologies. Something that streams world, how's that? Shaka got past Chief.
Oh, Chief needs...
Oh, but he's gone wide. Oh, that might have been an illegal overtake, right? It kind of looked like he had to let both of them through at once.
Yeah. Might have been, but no idea, since I'm going to get a good camera angle because of Codemaster.
Just checking out Chiefy's tyres at the moment, about 40%. What do you guys out there think? When should he start looking at boxing? Because he has to box. There it is up there. There's the pit stops, as you can see currently at the moment. Who's made their pit stops and who hasn't.
Tipsy is maintaining that gap behind Eversnacks of 700, between 700 and 900 of a second. So if he maintains this gap on Eversnacks and he knows the turns and knows the energy supply, he could fight back for P1.
He's got his teammate Leslie behind now. We know that for a fact that Tipsy Bob is a reserve driver, so he is gonna make sure that he's not gonna be able to, you know, hold up his teammate here. That's a full-time driver. He doesn't want to spoil Leslie's chances in the championship because Leslie is third, and I'm sure they'll do a switcheroo, no doubt. But at the moment, there's no team orders. Well, there is team orders at play there. Somehow along the line, Ocean Chief has let Snolly Hanky there through because he's got the better tyre. Doesn't want to hold him up. Let him unleashed for a charge up the road there, obviously to minimize their points damage. They're going to pretty much wrap this championship up anyway for the team. But if he can unleash Snelly, and Snelly can get up the road there and start working on catching their rival, his rival, Mr. Eversnacks, who is leading this race from last place.
Indeed. Well, Tipsy made a I believe Tipsy's making some mistakes, or Eversnacks is just too fast on the track.
But Tipsy Bob is a no-assist driver. He's very, very clear about that. If you dare listen to him in the comms, he's like a big racing line. I don't know why these guys don't use racing line. They use a racing line. It's you know, turn it off. It's much more fun. It's much more difficult, of course, but you get it right. It's a good experience. You feel like you're actually driving a real Formula One car without any aids. Here's Leslie Butt on Tipsy Bob. And that it is. I don't think Tipsy Bob's not going to put up a big fight for his teammate. Knowing he's got the fresher tyre, because what he's going to do, of course, is unleash Leslie to try to catch Eversnacks and get within that DRS range of Eversnacks, because he's just on the borderline of it right now.
Yeah, like the plan should be like if you're much slower than your teammate, and just let your teammate by and just help them out.
And reserve driver too as well, you know. Especially if you're a reserve driver, you don't want to be messing around with the championship so late, of course, and affecting anything. But you are there as your team, as a teammate, and I'm sure Leslie would be much, much appreciated to have Tipsy Bob in as a reserve driver this evening, helping his chances out in this championship. Of course, you have a teammate out there. That's why they call them teammates.
And plus, if you get picked as a reserve driver, and let's say you get in the top 3, it's called motor racing. Deal with it.
Booster's gone around somewhere.
Indeed, and there's places in the PA now.
Oh, that's unfortunate too for the Scotsman. Man that puts together all these fantastic packages here at SLR. There's a little work behind the scenes. I'm not quite sure if he has any damage. I don't see any. He is boxing, but... So maybe his tyres are a little bit... 45% is what I'm getting from my feedback. There it is. So he's going to get some fresh boots on. Are they soft territory? Yes, it is. First man now out of these pit stop. The Gladiators haven't made a pit stop because we're 16 at 28, so we're just over the halfway point. That's quite a stretch, isn't it, to make those soft tyres go to the end?
Yeah, it's going to be quite a stretch. He's going to be driving for 12 laps on those softs. Don't know if that's a good decision, but he had to put in.
Yeah, he didn't have damage, but so it's a nice 20-second pit stop. Another thing to notice, well, you can do this well, and you know, you guys are all pretty much familiar out there with F1, no doubt, in the chat. You know, you got 12 laps at the start of a race on a soft tyre, and 12 laps at the end of a race on a soft tyre are two completely different things because you burnt your fuel load through. So therefore, you've got less weight, the car's lighter, and so it's a little bit less downforce, a little bit less pressure on the tyres, I mean, you know, punishment on the tyres. So that they will always stretch a lot further towards the end of a race. A boost to 23 seconds and change down the road there from his teammate. That is a bit of work to do, but obviously we've seen a late safety car in the 2S bringing to play. But I tell you one thing, I don't want to jinx this right now, Whammy, but there's only one warning. Oh, go to Dario there. Oh, this close battle, mate. Oh, Dario's in between the Alfa Romeo sandwich.
Yep, Ocean Chief right behind of Darrow's gearbox. Looking to make a move on the inside, but he doesn't. So the Alfa Romeo boys are working together once again to regain those places that they have lost.
I look at his tyres, Bob, on the screen. They're getting close to the 50 territory for the Chief. And that's got to be similar to Dario up the road as well. So what would you do at the moment? If you can't get past Dario, if you're the Chief, you just go really think about boxing or something right now, if it's compromising you. His lap times are in 141.7s, where Leslie's doing 140.7, so Leslie's about a second a lap quicker at the moment, but still keeping within the pace of Eversnacks. Slowly bringing in Eversnacks. Remember, he was outside the DRS when he got past Tipsy Bob, and now he's clawing that one down. And speaking of Tipsy Bob, he's got Max splits for company right now.
Yeah. Max made a move on Tipsy, now is in third position.
And Ocean
by
Chief
Max.
did get past Dario, but because I switched back up to this battle. So 2 battles forming at the moment. A Tipsy Bob on the back of that Ferrari. Now, Tipsy Bob, well, Max got past because of the tyres. Tipsy Bob's also into that territory where you're getting around 50s, as up on the screen. And this is where the play of those drivers that have already boxed earlier, with, as you can see, those 9 lap tyres or so, are starting to be a lot quicker. Go to the front here. And let's have a look at how much Leslie's going to start drawing in Eversnacks, because Eversnacks is going to be fighting for his life to keep his tyres. He was better, remember, than everybody else. He's 46. We saw there's other drivers on those 17-lap tyres. They're around the 50s at the moment. Eversnacks has got a couple percentages less. So he's been a lot better, the German driver. But at the moment, there's only so much you can do, isn't it, mate? Like, how much can you really? Somebody's like, right up your gearbox.
He's been setting up the tyres quite nicely. But Leslie is 7 laps special on mediums. So there is a big difference still.
Yeah, 27% for Leslie, mate. Sorry to cut you off.
Eversnacks is using a lot of his energy to defend this P1 position, as Leslie is not using any of his energy, just using DRS. So if Eversnacks continues using energy to just defend, try to get away from Leslie, Leslie will have the advantage in sooner or later if he makes them turns more perfect than Eversnacks, and he could get a move done on Eversnacks either on the first DRS or no second.
Yeah, I think soon. I mean, Leslie knows that he's got time on his side. He also knows that he's got to try to take these tyres to the end of the race. It shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, here we have Tipsy. I spit it in.
Tipsy's in, yep. Now, I've got the gap to leader currently at the moment, and Eversnacks is, well, as Shaka 22 seconds. P7. So, Tipsy Bob right now is going to come out a little bit behind that, whereas Tipsy Bob, leaving the pit lane, is going to go under that tunnel. It costs you a little bit of time. Is Tipsy Bob going to cover off the Alfa Romeo? No, he's going to be behind the Alfa Romeo, or in between. That's Dario's in the pit lane as now, so we're going to see those pit stops from those drivers that have to make a pit stop, of course, those 18-lap tyres. What's going to be interesting is what's going to happen at the front here, because Eversnacks has to be looking at that delta. He's got to be ahead of Shaka. It's 22 seconds down the road. That's fine. You get in and out, 20-second pit stop. And then he's got a bit of work to do, doesn't he? Because Chief's going to have to box. That's going to be very interesting. Also, allow yourself enough time to get an overtake done.
I very hope my mic is not picking up some woman screaming outside my apartment.
I know, mate.
Because there's multiple shouting and I don't know what they're chanting about.
They're excited about this race, mate. They're tuned in. They're shouting out.
They're watching it live. Yeah,
exactly. So, trust me, I'm in Panama, mate. There was a massive wedding the other way on the weekend where they had about 1,000 people. So, I don't know, probably less than that, 500. But Eversnacks is in. Here it is. So this is going to be crucial. 22 seconds to shack up. Should be in and out pretty easy. I don't think he got in there without any...
Ocean Chief's picked it in as well.
Yeah, Ocean Chief is the one that's going to have traffic. Well, I'll keep an eye on that track map, as Ocean Chief is in the pits right now. So Eversnacks is exiting, so he's got clear air. He's covered off the Alfa Romeo. I think, no, sorry, the Aston Martin. But what about Ocean Chief now? Ocean Chief, and there's going to be coming underneath the tunnel here. And there is, I think that's Boosted. Boosted's above him, literally above him on the track.
car and boosted, so he would get some dirty air. And we'll have to fight against boosted since boosted is on fresh tires as well. But only 3 laps. Oh.
Oh, there's a mistake from Eversnacks. There's a massive mistake. Oh no. You know what it is? He's going back onto the mediums.
If he doesn't change, he will get disqualified.
Yes. There's been a massive communication problem down there in the McLaren team because, yeah, he started on the mediums and now he's put another set of mediums. He's got 8 laps left in this race and he has to box again. You mentioned it, yeah. You guys know on F1, you have to change your tyre compound.
I hope he knows that he made a mistake. Because if he doesn't realize it now, he will get disqualified.
A turn of events. And now it's come back into play there. Max Splits is boxing. How's this battle at the moment that's occurring there with Tipsy Bob and all that? Now, Tipsy Bob's 25 seconds, Shaka's 20, Eversnacks.
Boxing in.
This battle's really... Yeah, sorry.
There was a miscommunication.
I'm just keeping an eye on this massive battle occurring between Tipsy Bob and Shaka. Because Tipsy Bob's got some fresh boots on there. He wants to get past Upsley as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Today it's not Eversnacks' day.
No, because he had that chance there. You know, remember Ocean Chief is far back there in the points. And Ocean Chief is going to be passing him right now. Eversnacks is going to be in the pits. And still Tipsy Bob can't find a way past Shaka. Shaka's older tyres. Shaka's going to make them go to the end. No doubt maybe now. We'll see. His tyres are... Oh, they're still okay. 41% in a handful of laps. Shouldn't be a problem.
He's going to get a DRS and he's going to make a move. Easily done it.
Yeah, there it is. Tipsy Bob finally got it done. After being held up a little bit this evening there, but his teammate is in pole, currently leading the race, I mean, so he's going to be pretty happy with that. He's got a nice, Leslie's got a nice 9-second gap there to Snell Hankey. And now, I think Ocean Chief is going to be really tucked up on the back there, boosted, but Ocean Chief, similar tyres now, mate. There's no big, massive advantage. Whatever turn of events that have occurred here.
Yep, in qualifying we saw Eversnacks getting disqualified when he was in second. So he had to start right at the back of the grid. The safety car helped him out to get in P1. Then there was a miscommunication in the pit lane, which he had to pit in once again. And now he's going to have to fight once again.
Unbelievable. And the problem is too, Ocean Chief is going to be held boosted as not once again another one of those drivers just like himself, Mr. Ocean Chief. Not an easy camper to overtake. And boosted he's in this championship. He's not going to just yield for the man that's leading the championship at all. And it's going to bring Eversnacks into play. This is going to be spicy, mate, towards the end because we have Ocean Chief leading the championship and Eversnacks second in the championship. Now 7th and 8th on here. And these points are absolutely crucial in this championship with only a few more handful of rounds to go. And Eversnacks is pumping in massively quick laps too to try to catch up as quickly as possible. As Ocean Chief might start getting frustrated soon, being held up, and then also being held up means he's getting pushed into the clutches there of Eversnacks.
Yeah, he's losing that time to Eversnacks. As we can see, Eversnacks is gaining a few other hundredths of a second, but now Ocean Chief makes him move on the inside of boosted and gets the move done.
And what a fantastic camera angle they got from Cody's to get that too. Oh wow, that couldn't have worked any better.
Boosted has lost a lot of time after that move by Ocean Chief. He has a DRS though, but will be able to get the DRS once again.
And Eversnacks is absolutely flying. Absolutely flying. He had the pace, obviously, during the qualifying session, but he got disqualified. But he's going to keep lighting up that screen right there on the top with a fastest lap. Because he's lighting...
He pits in.
Yeah, where is that with Snelly? These guys are 31 seconds down the road, so Snelly's going to come back out about... Ooh, that'll be close where Tipsy Bob is. We'll keep an eye on that in a second. There it is. There's the fastest lap. So where's Tipsy? Tipsy's gone past.
Yeah.
And so that's worked out for Tipsy, and then Shaka's too far down the road. Ocean Chief's actually putting pressure right there on Shakalaka. That's another job done there. So the Chief is up the road there. And now Eversnacks has got a bit of work to do because he's got a few dead drivers. He's got both of the Aston Martins there to get past.
And the Alphas are back together again.
Look at this. Look at this. They're all on the track. Shaka's gone deep. There they are. Eversnacks can now see his main rival up the road of Ocean Chief, but the problem is he's got 2 cars in between, boosted. Snelly Hankey's going to be defending like mad. And remember, Snelly said, I'm going to do, everything in my power to ensure Ocean Chief gets the Drivers' Champion. So I'm sure Snelly's going to beat the widest Alfa Romeo on the planet Earth.
Oh, Boosted making a dive bomb.
Oh, that's Boosted going around.
I'm surprised that Hankey didn't get taken out by Boosted. Because he did end the backup left tire of Snell Hankey. But Snell Hankey's car is actually made of iron.
Yeah, they are. So Everstacks now can see Snelly and then Ocean Chief. We know that they're going to be in the radio working together. It'd be lovely to be able to hear that. But Everstacks is going to be like doing everything. Sorry, I had the wrong key. Everything in his power. Absolutely everything in his power to get past Snelly and try to catch Chief because he's at crucial points. Crucial points in this championship.
Literally watching Eversnacks and he's braking late because he wants to get a move done on Snell Hankey and then catch up to Ocean Chief. So we have 4 laps remaining of the Grand Prix and it's looking very interesting between the championship contenders.
Yeah, this battle is spicing up. Even though we only have 9 gladiators left in this race, we have much fun racing. Leslie should be okay there to bring those tyres home, no problems, I'd say, because he's got a 15-second gap to max, so he can basically put it in pit lane mode if he really wants and crawl around the track. Tipsy Bob looking good for a podium. This is the battle, but Tipsy Bob and Ocean Chief are good friends too, so I wonder if Tipsy Bob's going to put anything in play there to help out Ocean Chief. That will be another interesting call. He is a reserve driver, but is he going to allow his fellow countrymen? Is it going to be a country battle here? Once again, poor Eversnacks, his teammate Ed needs to be in there and helping him out. Because that's why these Alfa Romeos are doing such a great job. That's why Chief has really been helped out by Snelly. And Eversnacks has to do everything on his shoulder. The German driver is going to try to get it done. Look at this. Look at that. That's Snelly and Ocean Chief. They're going to go side by side and they're going to cover off this. They've done it before. Make it very difficult to overtake.
Yeah, Eversnacks right on Ocean Chief's gearbox. Making it very difficult.
I can see this ending in tears soon as if Eversnacks gets frustrated.
Oh, Eversnacks trying to make a move on the inside. Don't know if that was a warning for Eversnacks since he did cut.
It is, unfortunately, and he's on 2 of them right now, so his dreams and hopes could be absolutely done and dusted right now if he gets another corner cut. He'll be the first man actually picking up a penalty this evening as well, so don't want it to go wrong. I'm sure he's actually probably, he's frustrated after his team making an error with those tyres and everything, crawling his way back. You can see his championship contender, and he's also nursing that on the back of his mind, going, okay, well, I got to put the pressure on. Ocean Chief is not going to make it easy for me to get past, of course. And of course, if he does, you've got Snell Hankey that's going to be in the play. Lap 25 to 28, guys. Don't go anywhere for sure. This is going to come down to the wire. And every single one of these points right now in the championship are absolutely critical for these 2 drivers.
Can't believe throughout the whole season the Alfa Romeos just were fighting alone, and then right at the end of the season, since last week, the Alfa Romeos just battling against Eversnacks. The 2 teammates just helping each other out. Snell helping Ocean Chief out a lot.
And there's another overtake.
Ocean Chief now makes a move, and oh my days, an Eversnacks penalty.
Oh, that's it. That's the one I was worried about with him. That's pretty much cost his chances now of getting past these guys. Of course, he's going to try to do it on track, but yeah.
Chief made a move on the other side, and Sankey instantly went right behind Ocean Chief, which Eversnacks had to avoid from re-ending Snell Hankey, which made him go outside of the curb and get that penalty.
Yeah, and he's gone wide as well. He's frustrated.
Yeah, he's frustrated. He needs to calm down.
Yeah, he's got to bring this car home. He's got to bring it home. The last thing you want to be doing is putting it into a fence right now, because anything can happen in the next race or so. You could have Ocean Chief having what Ocean Chief didn't have a good day too, was wrong, remember. So you know, a crucial points right now. Even if you're only going to get that P6 position, you don't have to worry about Shakalaka down the road. You can probably get that warning removed. I'm not quite sure. Warnings, corner cutting warnings to be removed sometimes are a lot harder, but you still had 2 of them previously from other events, so that'll be something for Michael Massey to look at as we're getting close to the end of this race. Go ahead.
Oh, we have a side-by-side battle between Gyro and Boosted on Sector 1 chicane. That makes them both on Boosted. And it was on the dangerous chicane ever.
And you know what's happening? I'm going back to this battle. And look at this. Have snacks now. Kind of on the inside. Ocean Chief. Now he's gone wide and always kept it out of the hole. Oh, wow. Absolutely a brilliant save. Save of the day there from Eversnacks. As what's happening is that you've got the drivers up the road there. You've got the Alfa Romeos exchanging positions because what they're doing is that this is what Tipsy Bob has told me before. One's building up boost and the other one's burning it. And then when they run out of the boost, they swap the positions there so they have the boost back. It's quite clever to work together as teammates like that, but it's frustrating Eversnacks because every time he gets an opportunity, they're shutting the door on him. And he's only got himself, remember, and he's boost. You can see 17 or so % there. Shakalaka looks like he's going around somewhere. He's exchanging with Dario, but I want to keep an eye on this battle. Sorry, Dario and Shaka. Because if I put the camera...
Is this another penalty? It is.
Oh, no, that's 6 seconds. Because he's been in that dirty air fighting, he's been corner cutting a lot, and that's just dreams and hopes gone now.
Today is a bad day for Eversnacks. Alfa Romeo is working super hard together, but Eversnacks having an unfortunate luck today.
The only thing is now is that because Snelly's has got 2 warnings, but then again, too, it doesn't matter because of the fact that and we're seeing the Alpha Aston Martin there of Shaka going to the pit, so he might have got some damage. He has no front wing.
Oof.
So he had that bit of a collision there earlier, but will still pick up some crucial points. Well, 8 point, at least 2 points, and there it is. I think Eversnacks right now has got to be very, very careful. Just bring this car home. You've got the penalties. Oh! He's got to bring...
Too quick on the throttle.
Bring it home. He's frustrated. But these are crucial points. If you could lose in this championship, you could lose it by these points right now if you don't finish the race. If it gets that tight. So just because he's got the 6 seconds penalties, there's nothing you're able to do right now, even if you get past Snelly. Forcing Snelly into an error, that's Snelly gets a 3-second penalty. It still won't be enough time for him to get past. You'll know how difficult that has been this evening once they work together. I think we might have to go over to Mr. Leslie, because he's done a superb job there from P2. And there's his tyres. So he's got 51% left on his 20-lap medium tyres. He's been taking care of them. That's about where people were boxing anyway, remember, on those mediums? He didn't have to worry about that. He's on the last lap.
Only 1 pit stop for him as well, so he's been doing an amazing job throughout the whole Grand Prix. So winning it tonight, he should be very happy about it. Maintaining that car, no damage at all. I believe no warnings as well. No.
But those top 4 drivers have no warnings, so they've been very well behaved. Unlike what happened in the 2S race, where we had a lot of penalties coming in.
Yes, this is interesting. Last night, many penalties. Tonight, we only have 4 penalties.
Yeah, we still had a safety car. Oh, look at Eversnacks. Gotta make sure you don't lose a front wing here. Got 21 seconds down the road there from Dario. Remember, with his 6...
Tipsy is slowing down. Tipsy is slowing down.
Tipsy's he's let the Chief through here. I figured he might do that. His countryman, his mate, and Eversnacks now saying, oh, gotta try to be a part of this party, but it's a little bit too late.
But now, will Tipsy let Snella pass? What's the plan right now?
No, I don't think he will, because he just wants a championship leader. But we're going to go over to the man that's actually going to win this race there, Leslie. He's back. He's back on top. We know he can win some races, and he's done it brilliantly this evening. 21 medium lies. Leslie wins Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Ocean Chief will go through there, because Tipsy Bob let me through. I don't think Tipsy Bob will let Snelly hit through. I don't think he will. We're going to be close on the line. No. It's close by 13 thousandths of a second. Because, I mean, Tipsy Bob's going to, you know, this is Ocean Chief. It's his mate down the road. Of course he's going to let it through. But he's like, Snelly's a, you know, great guy, but Snelly's from the Netherlands. And they're going to let him through. Everstacks does bring it home. Good on him. I'd actually like to hear from him in the interviews, even though he did finish here. But for sure, he, ups and downs, isn't it? Ups and downs all race long between those drivers. At one point, it looked like Eversnacks was looking strong here to get this race win. At the start, Ocean Chief was looking strong. They switched around. Everything went upside down. Boosted's going to bring that car home. He's going slow here. It's going to be doing burnouts. They did this last time. No, he's not. He's just slowing down a lot. Having some fun.
No, Shakalaka.
Yeah, this is the Aston Martin burnout show now. We saw this last week, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So they're doing it again. Good on you guys.
This time, no one hits the wall, because last time I believe one of them hit the wall.
There they are. There's Shaka doing some burnouts as boosted. All right.
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah, Shaka again. No, Shaka's going to reverse up. There it is.
Come on, get reverse.
A lot of fun. There you go. Boosted and Shaka. And Shaka crosses the line. That will be it. For your race, of course. Please don't go anywhere, because we definitely want to be able to hear from these drivers. Driver day goes to Eversnacks. Of course, man, from 13th place up into P6. And, crucially on top of this, mate, he gets the fastest lap award. But Leslie gets the race win again. He's got a few of them notched up onto his belt. If he was a little bit early in the championship, he could probably be taking this one. But he's going to be bringing it to these guys. And he's maximized the amount of points he possibly can with the 2 championship contenders ahead of him. All the way down the field. How was that?
Very interesting race today. Leslie winning it all with Max in second and Ocean Chief in third. Tipsy Bob, then it's Snellhanky. Eversnacks with the fastest lap. Then it's Darrow, Boosted, and Shakalaka. Whereas we have Edouard, Beaumont, Doctor, and Radius, who did not finish the race.
And it's a split between, I believe, between Shaka and Mr. Eversnacks that get the Rolex time penalty award. 6 seconds each.
Yep.
So they're going to have to,
well, actually,
fight out. What?
Beaumont with 10 seconds.
They didn't finish the race.
Ah, so it was only for
Yeah,
those who
you
finished.
got it. Yeah, only those who finished the race, mate. Yep. So they're going to have to fight to see who gets that Rolex. Well,
Indeed.
Well, we're going to find out in a little bit. We're going to start chatting to some of these guys because they're going to be getting ready for. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute for some interviews.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We are now doing the interviews, and first up is Eversnacks.
Hi guys.
Unfortunate day for you. Getting disqualified and qualifying, and then a hard battle from last to first at the beginning, but then there was some miscommunication, I believe, between you and the pit crew.
Yeah, I think Jeff just didn't quite agree with my pit strategy for some reason. I just completely forgot to change the tires back to softs. Because at the start of the race I didn't think the mediums would make it that far. I didn't do much practice in race sessions, so I didn't know how long the mediums could go. Turns out they can go for very long. Yeah, should have gone for a soft there. Would have probably been in the fight for the top podium positions. But yeah, two pit stops, I guess.
Yeah, then that battle between yourself and Alfa Romeo's Snarky and Ocean Chief just defending against you very hard. How do you feel? Like, how do you feel? Because you gained 2 penalties from just trying to make a move on them.
Yeah, it was hard racing. At some point, I think one of the penalties was because of a double warning. I'm not gonna get it removed because what's the point? But yeah, there was one moment, the first penalty I got, where I feel that it was maybe a bit of a late move by Snell-Henke in the break-in zone. But yeah, apart from that, can't really do much if there are two cars giving each other DRS and saving the batteries. I tried as much as I could. I didn't save my battery up enough, I guess. I could have probably made the move on Snell-Henke at least, but it didn't happen in the end. Kind of annoyed that Snell-Henke did a pit stop just to hold me back again, but we'll have to see what the rest of the season brings.
Yeah, I just want to get your opinion, because at one point when Ocean Chief made a move on Snell-Henke made a move to be right behind Ocean Chief's gearbox, and then he just like blocks you and you had to go on the outside, which got you a penalty. Like, what's your opinion about it?
Yeah, I think that's the one where I got the first penalty. Feels a bit unnecessary. I'm not sure if it's probably within FIA regulations. I might report it though. But yeah, it was just a bit late. I feel like he could have moved over a bit earlier, then I would have known what he did in the break-in zone. But we didn't crash. It's fine, I guess.
All right.
I would have probably got past there. I saw the chance there. I saw the chance and I went for it. But yeah, was a bit too risky, I guess.
It was certainly a very, very entertaining because both of you guys, Ocean Chief was like at one point looking good, and then all of a sudden it was at the back, and then you were looking good, and then all of a sudden you were at the back. It was great all over the place, but you bring it home, but you also get my save of the day because you almost like that looked really scary at that one moment where it was almost you looked like you got to go straight into the wall, and we were up here going, no, just bring it home because these are crucial points, of course, in the championship that, if you have a DNF from Ocean Chief or something like that, all of a sudden you're back in it.
I was having fun. I was just having my fights.
We thought you were frustrated.
To find places to overtake.
We thought you were like, would have been mad at the start there with
partly.
everything.
I was fighting 3 cars at one point when Tipsy Bob joined the party as well. But yeah, apart from that, it was fun racing Chief and Snell-Henke. I was looking, where can I overtake on this track? Can I go here? Can I go there? I think at some point I tried an overtake on Snell-Henke in the 3-point chicane, whatever you can call it. After a second straight. Well, it was fun. I had fun.
Excellent. Well, that's good. Fun's what it's all about. You're still definitely in the championship. So damage limitation, got the fastest lap as well, and you have to split that Rolex time penalty award with the other driver who finished in Shakalaka, I think it is. So you guys can decide on who gets that Rolex. Anyway, thank you very much.
I'll share a beer with him or something.
Yeah, good to see you. Well, hopefully see you next week. Yeah, I know your toe feeling, by the way, too, because I had a rock and my toe had a disagreement the other day, so I'm going in that same situation, but thankfully I don't have to drive, just commentate. So anyway, thanks, mate. We got a few interviews to go through, so good to see you next week. Championship fight is still definitely juicy.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yep.
So who we'd like next to speak to? Mr. Max Splits or Leslie? We're up as well because they, probably Max, because Max had a bit of a quiet race, but got that Ferrari home.
Yeah, let's bring in Max, and then we can bring in Leslie. So, Max and then?
Maxie,
welcome, Max.
Welcome along. Congratulations. P2, Ferrari driver. A bit of a, lonely-ish kind of drive for you there. You were just...
I didn't really wanted to do a dive on Sneller at the start of the race, but yeah, shit happened, I suppose. And then at some point, I wanted to attack. Sorry, I don't remember who, but Abu Dhabi is like a pain for me because if I do a wrong move and I don't pull it off, then I basically screw up my tires. So when the safety car came, actually it was like life savior for me because you could see that I was getting passed by Chief, by Tipsy, and so on, who were on medium. and they were like pulling like almost 2 seconds in front of me. I was not feeling the car anymore. So yeah, then there was a medium. So I was just trying to follow Leslie to just pass the traffic. I was like, oh, actually, maybe there's still an opportunity to get a podium for some reason. I don't understand. And yeah, we just discussed with Leslie, and he said, yeah, I don't understand why you went for the pit. And yeah, like I told him, the first stint of soft scared me. So I was like, impossible to finish with the medium. No, that's way too long. And when I came back, I thought, well, at least if Leslie hasn't, I feel like Leslie would have made the wrong choice of staying. When I saw that he wasn't pitting, I was like, okay, so either he's just gonna stay, I'm gonna try to catch him and he's gonna just burn his tires, or he's gonna eventually pit and I'm gonna get a free P1. Well, I can quite close to that. But still, I'm pretty happy. Nonetheless,
You should be as well. Yeah, that was great. Great driving. Yeah, he didn't like. Obviously, Leslie was a little bit better on the tires towards the end there.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. You got to do your best to put it in. Obviously, from P4, you're the sole man, obviously representing the Ferrari, so you're out there third in the championship as well too, and you can take a big hunk of points. I think a little bit away from McLaren because you're battling. You're you know, really the man in Ferrari by doing it by yourself, having to bring it to the McLaren team. And on top of it, you could actually, you're very close. I've got the championship standings up from the previous round, but you're very close to maybe, you know, bringing it to fourth place there, Snelly championship as well too, because Snelly finished in P5 and you finished in P2. That's a good hunk of points.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I really don't know. Snell seems better all over, like in overall pace, he seems always way better. Maybe I'm a bit better in consistency. I don't know, but yeah. My main focus is to get at least P5. That's my main objective for this championship this season. As long as I get P5, I'm pretty happy with myself.
It's looking good for that, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely looking good for that. And P4 is a target I think you could probably definitely try to get to, and obviously get that Ferrari second in the championship too to get a nice big bonus. Anyway, won't keep you any longer. Max, once again, good consistent drive. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
And now let's pull in Mr. Leslie, the man that's had a lot of race wins this season. Let's get him in.
Yep.
He's back on the top step, didn't he? Leslie, congratulations, man. Abu Dhabi winner. What a drive.
Yes, boys. In a Merc. Huh? No safety car at the end. It's good.
No, Mike, no.
No.
No, it's brilliant, mate. You did it, like, started on second place on the grid there. You are, at the end, obviously, just bring those tires home nice, 21 laps. Yeah, how was your race overall?
Yeah, it's wrong to say, but at the end was boring. But in the beginning, it was very nice with Henky. And it's very hard to drive at the lead here, because with two long straights, like in the DRS, and so much power the suck it has, like after lap 3, it's so hard to keep the lead. And I think he was on an ERS advantage. He has to be, like, because I had to use to keep the lead. But yeah, I was happy that I took the lead at the start, of course. And if he would have passed me, I would go for the undercut, but then the safety car came, and I knew that the mediums will make it pretty easy to the end.
And that they did.
Like
21 laps of them.
I was on 50% or something. 50.
Yeah, 54. No, it wasn't you, but yeah, around that. You had about a 12-second gap, I think, at that point as well. At some point, so I was like basically saying on the broadcast, you could probably put the pit lane limiter on, and just cruise around the track, because your lap times were dropping a little bit towards the end, but you had that much of a margin. Max was just as you said before in the interview, he was just sitting back, you know, basically praying that you would have to take a pit stop so he'd get the race win, but you didn't need to, and you got the race win. Another one in your belt, which is good.
Yeah,
so you're charging up third in the championship at the moment as well. So
I only don't do it for the championship. I do it for the interviews. You know that, right? So to talk with you guys, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to win again, and like it was for me, it felt pretty dominant this time. Like it was a good strategy, and I was already behind Snacks when he needed to go for his last pit stop, so it felt good. So I'm happy.
A good rebound too from last week's results. That weren't
Can we not
not talk
talk
about
about that?
that. Exactly.
You just did the replay like 5 times on stream or something, huh?
Probably.
Like that I got too early on the throttle.
Oh, it is what it is, but that's how you do it, isn't it? You know, you have one mistake and you rebound back, and you know what? Just get on the top step, get some champagne and a trophy. That's the way you do it, mate. And obviously, next season, we're looking out for you. I'm not quite sure if you can get to wrap up the drivers, but you said you're not really too concerned about that. You're here to have fun, but hey, mate, it's fun when you win, isn't it?
Yeah, we always go. Even I don't care what game I play with my family at the table or something. I want to win. You know, like
Good.
it's from when I was young. It's always been like that. So
The
Especially
with
competitive
racing is-
blood. The competitive blood.
especially
Yes.
Monopoly. You want to win Monopoly.
Monopoly, yeah.
Yeah.
But my father
Yeah.
was always cheating, so it's
The
fine.
orange streets statistically, if you can get the orange one, the orange there's the 3 oranges there, you statistically can have a better chance of winning. Anyway, we won't talk about Monopoly. Congratulations, Leslie. Go celebrate with the Mercedes team. Another race for victory
Yeah.
under your belt.
Thanks a lot again, guys. I will hopefully talk to you next week, but we will see. See you
Excellent.
guys.
Yep.
See you. And we're going to bring in Mr. Chief. Now, we bring in both. Let's bring in both because, you know, it's a duo. They've worked so well as a duo, the Alfa Romeo team. So I think we need to have both of them in here. Snelly and Ocean Chief, of course. We bring you guys the interview because you work so well as a team. Well, once again, you've proven how to work together as a team. Who wants to go first? Ocean, mate. That race up and down like a yo-yo, but third, a podium.
Yeah, it looked like it was heading south there after that spin. It was not a good feeling, especially when you're trying to beat your championship rival. But once again, yeah, I have to say, Snell saved my bacon. Great team play. Slowed down and got me DRS whenever he was ahead of me there. And the last stint, I mean, I pretty much thought Eversnax had me. You know, once I did that spin, I just thought, that's it. Like, I'm not going to be able to catch him. Like, I could see the gap on the map, and I was just like, it's not happening. He's going to have to make a mistake. And then he pitted. And then on the lap after he pitted, he came out of the pits ahead of me. And I just could not understand what had happened. So it kind of dawned on me then that he must have pitted for the wrong tire, had to pit again. And if it wasn't for that, I think, yeah, it would have beat me today. So, yeah, I guess it was one bad thing happened to him, one bad thing happened to me. Thankfully, I came out on top again, thanks to Snell.
That was spicy, wasn't it, at the end there? Like, and I thought, here we go. You know, we got our 2 championship contenders battling it out like P7, P8 or 9 or something like that at the point. And yeah, obviously the Eversnax of his team, he's happy anyway. He enjoyed the race. He had fun battling it out with you guys. Probably not so much fun with his team putting the wrong tires on, but yeah, you guys like just you know, I know that we'll speak to Snelly in a minute, like how he says he's going to do everything to get you that championship. We didn't. I mean, yeah, as you said, you had a spin. It could have been all over. No, continued. You got back in there. That one. Mistakes are made from other drivers. Lots of great battles towards the end. You certainly kept us very much entertained.
Yeah, I had a feeling whenever I saw Snacks so close behind, he was going to get us. Just on race pace, he generally is much faster than me. Maybe not so much Snell, but yeah, it was really that teamwork. And we had a crew chief kind of just giving us a heads up on ERS and stuff like that. So had a bit of, you know, confidence there. You know, we were able to save a bit of ERS, whereas if we didn't know what he was doing, we'd probably be blowing our loads, so to speak.
Well, I'll tell you what, you need to be buying Mr. Tipsy Bob a beer, mate, because I did kind of call it. I thought if Tipsy Bob was ahead of you, I'm like, I think Tipsy Bob might actually slow down and let Mr. Chief pass because it's his mate. And he did.
Yeah,
so you owe Tipsy Bob a beer.
Well, we did have a chat in VC. He was in VC with us, and he kind of said, "Look, do you want me to slow down?" And I was like, "Of course I do want you to slow down so I can, you know, get ahead." But at the same time, you know, it just feels a wee bit, you know, manipulated if you do that. So I was like, "Listen, you know, just do what you want to do. It's up to you. You know, if you make the call, I'm not, you know, I don't expect it or you know whatever. So if you want to keep the position, that's fine." and what he told me was he just lost pace in the last lap or two. So yeah, I know.
Well,
So I
yeah.
appreciate the loss of pace, Bob. Thank you.
I think that's also going to fuel Eversnacks even more to go. You know what? All right, if they're all out to get me, I'm gonna win some. I'm gonna win the next couple of races and just prove how quick I am. So it's gonna bring it for sure.
Yeah, that's
having
probably
fun.
what's going to happen. Yeah, but I mean, it's been fun so far, and just being in a chance, in with a chance of the title is, yeah, it's quite interesting because you get, in Lord of the Rings, and everyone gets so like Smeagol especially, he's so precious about the ring. Everyone's like, I don't care about the ring, and then as soon as they have it, they're like, the ring. That's what it's like about the title. Like I'll sit here and go, oh, I don't care about the title, but I'll be going to bed, and the last thing I'm thinking is, I've 19 points. So and then I'm doing math to work out, all the different situations. So I try not to think about that too much. Obviously I would love to win the title, but yeah, well, work cut out for me. I mean, today was great. It really helps me. I've got 25-point advantage now, I believe. I think if my math is right.
On that, I've got the standings up there too.
So there's 75 points left in the table, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not very confident going into these last 3 tracks because they're all brand new to me. I haven't really raced them that much, maybe a 5-lapper here or there. So I'm not fast at these tracks. So I'm gonna have to put some work into this.
Yeah, you will. But that's an amendment. And as you said, you'll be going to bed. But don't you want to be going to bed with that driver's trophy sleeping next to you? That's what you really want to be having.
That would be nice. Yeah, I could just retire a happy man.
Fantastic. Well, obviously, and speaking, you're obviously still here. Your teammate. We can't forget about your teammate that's been doing everything all season long to ensure that you probably will be sleeping with that trophy, Mr. Snelly.
Yeah,
mate, how was that race for you? The number 2 driver's doing it again.
yeah. Well, I had a really good qualification. It was a surprise that I came up on pole, but actually when at the start I was already thinking like it's better to get overtaken so I can just save ERS and just stay close behind number 1, and that actually was my goal, and that went really well. And just at the time I was thinking like, okay, I'm going to overtake him this lap, the second DRS sector, because I heard from the crew chief that he had much less ERS than I had. But when I was ready for that, then suddenly the safety car came, and everything changed. I also heard what was happening with Chief, and well, we were quite. We had a gap, Leslie and me, and after when I came out of the safety car, there was a lot of traffic, so I was quite careful at that point, which I lost a lot of time there. But then I saw that Leslie was ahead of me again, and it was like 10 seconds, and I was able to make that gap closer. But then I was thinking like, okay, my tires are going to be less, and what was happening behind me with Snacks and Chief, and then I heard it again, like, oh my God, Snacks, he's going to attack and everything. And then I went to the softs, and I thought like, yeah, maybe I will be somewhere there, and with the softs I can do maybe something. And then I came out of the pits just behind Chief, and that was exactly where I wanted to be. And then it was really exciting, and it was really tight with Eversnacks. I saw him attacking the inside, the outside, and I was just at the right point thinking like, whoa, first I need to take this corner myself and keep within the lines, and I just did it. And I saw a few times that I think he was a little bit scared, or he was really careful, but just careful enough to keep him behind me. And then I could overtake Chief, give him some ERS so he could save a little bit. But that, yeah, we didn't have that much time for it, so it was good just to be between Chief and Snacks and to keep that place.
Fantastic. Absolutely great job. And great bloke as well. That's Mr. Snelly.
Yeah.
And you guys are obviously celebrate down the Alfa Romeo. Definitely done and dusted right now. You have other constructors champions. Pretty sure the mathematics on that one would work out now. I think McLaren could possibly do it with just Eversnacks there. His teammate Ed, once again, well, Ed gets at 1 point, but Ed's just kind of unfortunately, well, he's the DNF to been, got to pick it up, help out your teammate. Like what's happened there with the Alfa Romeos. Any questions at the moment you want to ask for Wham Stappen? Oh, you've been a little quiet there. Sorry, I've been cutting over the interviews.
No, I have no questions. I'm literally tired from today's race.
You just had a power nap before the race.
Yeah, I don't know. My body is very weird.
Well, everybody needs to lay down. So real quick there, Whammy, we're going to what track again next?
Next
Imola.
is Imola.
Imola.
Italy.
But of course, we'll be continuing here in Abu Dhabi for the rest of the tiers, no doubt, and that's all there in the YouTube channel. Tune into that.
Biggles, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
For you. Do you race?
The safety car? No, I do in another league, but like in a tier 4, like you guys, but nowhere near the tier 4 base. Every once in a while for fun. No.
I was going to say you should do a race someday in a SLR. It'd be a pleasure.
Who's going to commentate?
I don't know. Maybe me and Snell.
No, it's fine. I have fun. If I get a wheel or all that sort of jazz, I might. But
Yeah, well, if you're as good as driving as you're commentating, then you would be winning the championship, I would say.
Checks in the mail. Thank you very much. Excellent. All right, guys. It's been fun. Good on you. Congratulations on your championship for the team. And now just work on that Drivers' Championship. It's definitely going to get spicy.
Cheers.
As we head over.
We'll try.
Get some pineapple on your pizza next week.
Oh, you just...
I went there. All right. So, Wham Stappen, yeah, mate. Any last words before we let everybody depart, let you go to bed?
Well, I just hope everyone's gonna be watching the Tier 3, Tier 2, and Tier 1 races this week, since we will be still in Abu Dhabi, and then next week, Imola. 3 rounds remaining. Championship battle is a bit extending between Ocean Chief and Eversnacks. So soon, or later, Ocean Chief may become a champion. So Eversnacks need to fight back, regain, and get close to Ocean Chief.
Good night, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.